What's up, everybody? It's Levi here, and thank you for joining us this evening. I see we've already got a couple of you out there already and coming all the way from the Congo Republic. What's up, Guy? How are you doing? We're actually working with a client right now from South Africa, and we're actually working with several clients, one from Australia, one from the UK, one from New Zealand, and one from South Africa. And we have a Guy following us from the Congo. So, Guy, I got to ask, are you thinking about buying or making a move to the Dallas area? Let me know. But thanks for joining us. That's pretty cool to know that we have that type of reach across the world. We got contacted by somebody from Belgium last week as well. So that's pretty cool whenever people from all over the world are reaching out to, to help or to have us help them make their move to the Dallas area, which is pretty cool. So let's see here. What we're discussing tonight is it the right time to buy? Is it the right time to buy? That is the question for everybody. Let's see. I got my man, Travis. What's up?
What's up, man? How are you?
Good.
Good to see you again, man.
Long time no talk. What?
Yeah, I feel like it's been about 0 minutes since the last time we talked.
Yeah, it's been a few. Right? Been a few.
It's been good.
Yeah, let's see.
It is super cool that we have someone from a whole nother country. That global reaches. I think that's super, super cool.
Yeah, from Congo Republic. So
Milton's from playing Mars.
Milton, well, he used to be first. He's pretty slow on the draw these days. Milton is. He used to be the first one to comment. Used to be the first one on the live stream. Now he's number 2, number 3, number 4.
Oh,
he's.
What they say, man. You know what Ricky Bobby says: if you ain't first, you're last.
There you go. You gotta get back in the game, Milton. I don't know. Maybe he's just taking some time off and chilling. So let's see. Let's see. So yeah, let us know first of all. Oh, well, what's up? We got Chrissy in the house too.
Full house.
What you doing? What's funny is our special guest tonight is not here. That's the funny thing. The person that, and I think this was the case last week too, right? When we had Denny on from Atlanta.
Yep.
Our special guests they're on their own time schedule, doing their own thing.
I'm texting them. We can't get into the link, so I said, click this link here. So we'll see.
Kind of like the first link we sent them, huh?
Look, we're really great at real estate. We never said that we were great at technology. Okay, y'all. All right.
I know. Sometimes I still feel like I'm figuring out the YouTube thing every now and again. It definitely humbles me once in a while. So. But what's up, Chrissy? How are you doing?
Doing good. I feel like it's been forever since I've seen you guys.
You just said that. If you were on time, you would have heard that. Now.
You know what?
I'm just kidding. You
know what? Doing my best here. No, just kidding. No, I was on the wrong link, believe it or not.
Can we get the correct link to AJ? Can you text him real quick, Chrissy? Do you have his?
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, I feel like we've sent it to him twice before, but I think he's just Oh, there he is. There he is. Hold on. We bring in. Oh, Annie's coming in on a cell phone. Cell phone. You can't even come in on your desktop.
Woo! I was, for a guy that's very technologically advanced, I had a hard time.
That's all right, man. We're glad to have you, bro.
Yeah, well, thank you for having me. I just, I was scrambling to do it. I was clicking links. I was scrambling. I said, let me just join with the phone. Let me not play around anymore.
Oh, you're getting serious now, huh?
Yeah, let me join with the phone. Make sure I make this.
Yeah. Well, at least you got your first 2 initials capitalized.
Yeah, I scrambled.
We didn't quite make it to Taylor, but it's all good,
Next time.
That plus you don't have somebody else's name there.
That's good. That's not my wife's name.
Or your gamer name.
Yeah.
You don't even want to know what his gamer name is.
I love it. Yeah, you don't want to see that one.
Well, Annie's gone. Okay. All right. Well, all right. Let's kick this thing off officially now this evening. So My name is Levi Lassick, and of course, I've got my partner on here, Travis Plum. We run the Living in Dallas, Texas team, and we're here joined with Chrissy Owens, which a lot of you probably have never met or seen before because she is everything behind the scenes, right? She is the Wizard of Oz, just all the strings going on. That's actually probably the best job title we could give you.
It's just Wizard of Oz.
Start calling you Oz from now on. Hey, yeah. Oz. And then of course we got AJ Taylor, our one of our top agents on the team, and one of our pod leaders as well, has a leadership position on the team, and the man known as Mr. Windsong, the Windsong Whisperer, right?
There you go, the Windsong Whisperer. I love it.
Whisperer.
It's gonna get coined.
And AJ actually found us on YouTube. And me and him connected back last year, and AJ bought a house from me, and then we just kind of hit it off, and he really loved real estate. So he ended up buying a house, moving his whole family here from California. And then now we all work together. So it's been pretty crazy. It's been cool.
It's been a crazy journey. That's for sure.
So tell us a little bit about that, AJ. Where, which part of California? Because clearly we have a lot of California viewers. Hold on, let's see. We've got. By the way, if you're watching right now, let us know where you're watching from, and then also if you have any questions about the current real estate market here in Dallas, we are here for you, and that's what keeps us going. Otherwise, we're going to sit here and ramble on like a bunch of what so. So anyways, let's see. Hello from Plano. All right, we got some locals. I love getting some locals on here. Let us know where you're coming from. You missed it, AJ, but we already got someone, Mr. Guy, on from the Congo Republic.
Yeah,
so, nice.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's cool.
We're worldwide.
Yeah, we got Planet No, we're Galaxy. We're Galaxy. We've got
Galaxy, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Metaverse. We're Metaverse right now.
And we've got Mr. 619. From Houston. He was on with us last week.
Yeah.
And let's see, we got British Columbia, Canada.
All right. That's what I'm talking about.
Ellie Scar, man. That's like cool name. Is this like a surfer or a skater?
We're like a rock and roll guitar artist, you know.
Oh, okay. All right. I was gonna go with like a skateboarder, you know, kind of like a Tony Hawk or something. Yeah, Kelly Scar.
I feel like my parents let me down with my name now for sure.
Scott, you're a rapper. Oh, your middle name's Scott. Never mind.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, hey, it's better than having a Polish last name that nobody can spell or pronounce. So
yeah, it did take me quite a while to spell it correctly. Yeah, for sure. Yep.
I should have just went with my middle name. So let's see. We've got San Diego. Well, hold on a second. Am I missing something here?
He's from Houston.
He's watching from Houston, but he's from San Diego. Okay, gotcha. All right, we got some locals on here. What's up, Tony? Yeah, Tony from Mansfield. All right,
nice.
all right. And we got Addison from Rockwall. All right, and what's up, my man? David, what's up? Living in Danville, Virginia. What's up, David? He's working some deals over there. So anyways, all right. So again, let us know where you're watching from. And if you have any real estate questions about Dallas, happy to help you out. And so AJ, tell us a little bit, where did you come from in California exactly? And just briefly, I know you're a talker, so let's try to keep this live stream worthy. Okay. All right.
I'll do my best.
We don't want to bore everybody to death. All right. So
I'll do my best.
Yeah. So let's just little brief synopsis of what happened there.
Yeah, I love to. From Los Angeles, California, right in the heart of it, you know, Hollywood out there. And I knew there was a better place to live for my family, right? I knew there got to be something better than Los Angeles. So, boom, I just started researching, right? I was just like sick and tired of my job, sick and tired of where I'm at. Let me jump online and see what's going on out here, right? So naturally, you get online and what do? You Google or you YouTube, right? You're like, well, let me see what's going on. I YouTube, I find these fine looking gentlemen here talking about all this stuff. And people kept mentioning to me, McKinney. I was like, let me look at McKinney. Boom, boom, boom. Look at McKinney. Boom. Here's Levi telling me all about McKinney, the ins and the outs, the maps, how long does it take to drive somewhere? Like every question I had, normal questions that you don't think that you have, things that you don't realize that you even need to know about. Levi was covering, right? And Travis was covering.
A lot of useless information, right?
No, just stuff
you didn't even know you needed to know.
No, but stuff like that, like how long is it to the airport? I didn't think about that, right? That wasn't even something I thought about, but it was important information. So, boom, I just took a jump and gave these guys a call and talked to Travis. And what maybe a lot of people do is like, is this Levi? He's like, no, this is Travis, his partner. You're gonna talk to me. I'm like, great, sounds good. So. Talked to Travis, and me and Travis really hit it off. We just felt like we were brothers from another mother, man. We're like, man, we got so much in common. We're so driven, real estate world, just everything. So, boom, my wife and I, we booked a trip out here for one weekend. We said, let's just go look at Texas. We're not moving. Let's just go look at Texas. Well, long story short, we left that weekend with a house under contract. Yeah. So, and it's the same thing that a lot of buyers do now that I work with, and they don't know until they get here. Then they see what's out here and they go, my goodness, I was dodging kids in the street. They were riding their bikes. I'm like, this is it, babe. We found it. Like, this is it. We found it. So Travis was like, hey man, you know what? There might be an opportunity here for you. We should talk about this. And I said, nah, I got to go back and do my job. And then I just kind of sat and thought about it and said, you know what? I'm going to take this leap of faith, man. And I'm going to join these guys. And I'll tell you one thing, if I went back to do my job, I wouldn't have been at that first meeting. So everything kind of just fell in place when I took that leap of faith and said, look, this is what we're going to do. But the point is, the experience was so good that I was like, I want to be a part of this, right? What I gained and how easy and smooth it was to move here, I thought, well, this is a service that we're providing, right? It's not just we're selling real estate. I mean, it was so educational. It was more than just you sold me a house, right? I knew where I was moving into. I knew all about it. Plus, Travis killed that deal. I mean, it was good.
Travis is the master negotiator.
I mean, it was like we played tough ball and they came back for like another 10 grand more. And I said, nope, we're out. My wife's yelling at me. She's like, well, we're not going to lose the house over 10 grand. I'm like, it's fine. It's fine. They're going to come through. And there you go. We came through. But I moved out here to Windsong Ranch, where I shortly became the Whisperer. And, the rest is history, man. Found a life that I didn't think existed, because we all get very wrapped up in what we have. And we say, well, this is it, right? This is my job. This is my flow. I come home. This is what I do. This is my routine. Maybe I'll get ahead a little bit, but this is it, right? There's nothing else. I didn't realize until I took that jump, booked that plane ticket, linked up with Travis, was like, look, there is something else out here. And I found it, and it really changed our lives. I got 2 kids. And I mean, just what it's done to our lives is unspeakable. What's happened to my life since I made that jump.
That's awesome, man. It's such a great story. And so how, we get a lot of questions about Windsong Ranch. So go ahead and tell everybody what's it like. Is the lagoon really that blue? I mean,
the lagoon is that blue. I was with a client today from California, believe it or not. And we got him in the lagoon. He goes, hey man, this looks just like the pictures. I had no idea that this was going to look like the pictures. I go, yeah, it really is a 5-acre crystal clear white sand beach lagoon. I mean, that's the description, and it lives up to its description. It's one of a kind. I don't think anything exists like this out here in Texas yet. I know that they're building some other lagoon properties. But this one's exclusive because it's only to people that live here, right? I know that we hear about a couple other things from Megatel homes that are coming up, but they're going to be open to the public.
Yeah.
So this is a pretty exclusive place. It's a golf cart community. The guy I was working with today, he goes, do I have to buy a golf cart? And I said, well, you don't have to.
But you will.
You're going to be the only one without one. So it's up to you.
Yeah, you don't be riding your kid's bike around the neighborhood, So
Yeah, man.
It was funny because we went out to visit AJ a couple of weekends ago, and yeah, they've got the lagoon on lockdown. I had to talk to the 12-year-old security there, get show ID, get wristbanded, and they had to flip through the list, and they're like, "What was your name, sir? Who are you visiting here? Let me see here." And then he had to ask his supervisor, who was 14 years old. The supervisor had to go, "Well, I don't know. Who's this AJ guy? Okay, so they had to go get AJ, and he had to come over and vouch. I didn't make it on the list for some. I mean, the security is tough there, but it's gated. It's
amazing when you put on a whistle. I mean, you just all of a sudden have authority, you know.
I tell you what, that's good times. That's good times. So let's talk a little bit about real estate going on here. There's a lot of questions coming up. We see these questions coming in all the time as far as people are holding off, right? And they're thinking, although, last year you bought AJ last year in what a lot of people would describe as the height of the market, but now things are starting to normalize, we would say, and there's still some deals out there. And this is something we've always talked about. No matter what market it is, up, down, left, right, sideways, flat, that you can find a deal in any market, really. And you got to find one. I mean, you got to think about it. People always focus on the market as a whole. And ultimately, as a homeowner, if you're coming to buy a home, if you're an investor, you're never scared of a market. You're always looking at what's the deal, right? What's the bottom line? What can I get this at? You make your money when you buy. So if you find an opportunity, you'll go after it. Homeowners definitely have a different mindset mentality. They're looking for that one home, usually the perfect home, the family home, and they definitely don't want to overpay. So now that we're seeing what interest rates just got back down to 5%, which I've told this story several times on here. The house I'm in now, I bought in 2019 at a 5% interest rate and didn't even bat an eye at that. Didn't think that was overpriced. That was high. That was historically low for the last 10 or 15 years to be at 5%. So I thought 2019, 5%, I got a steal. I was like, oh, I got a steal. No problem. I'm definitely getting that house. Now we're at 5% and people are going, okay, is that still too high? So AJ, Travis, you guys can kind of go a little back and forth on this. AJ, you're our special guest tonight. So I'll start with you and say, hey, so what are you seeing right now? What are the conversations you're having with your clients? And especially when you have somebody in town today that is looking at a house, what are their reasons? Why are they looking to buy right now? And then are you finding some good opportunities out there?
Yeah. So it's a great topic, and it's really what's on everyone's brain right now, right? Are we pausing or are we going? And that's something that everyone's asking. So I always ask people, the question is, why are you moving, right? What is the reason that you're moving? If you're moving because you're looking for better schools, a better community, a safer community, more family life, a bigger house for less money, well, all those reasons are reasons to move now. If the only thing you're concerned about is the interest rates, then maybe you want to wait a year and a half and see what happens with the market. But in that time that you're waiting, our values are going to increase. Our values are going to keep to increase. We might not be seeing that 24% that we saw last year, but we're going to see a steady 2 to 5%, which is a normalizing real estate market. So in that time that you're waiting for these interest rates to drop 0.5%, you're going to lose that equity in that home. And I just go back to the fundamental question is, why are you moving? For me, it was in search for a better life, right? It was in search for a better place for my kids, for my family, to raise my family. And I ended up getting double the size of a house for half the price. So that was just a perk of moving out.
And now that the market is normalizing, have you lost value on your home?
So I've look, I'll just be straight up with it, man. I'm not ashamed. I'm proud, right, of everything that's happened in mine. So I bought my house about a year ago. I could probably sell it today for at least $200,000 more than I bought it. So, I mean, and maybe even more, right? So no, I don't, the normalizing of this market, is such a great thing, not just for buyers, but for sellers. You know, people think that, oh, this isn't good for sellers. It actually is, because we have realistic buyers and realistic sellers. You know, a volatile market is not what anyone wants, right? We want a stabilized market. We want people to be qualified to buying the house that they're buying. And we want the sellers to be pricing their homes at the appropriate price that someone can buy a house. So I asked the question to my client today is, why are you moving? And it was all those reasons, right? And he said, and, you know, really interest rates didn't even come up, because he was so focused on the life that they're going to embark on that he didn't really think about the interest rates, because they're really not that much higher, right? They're just a half or 1%. And, you know, he can always refinance. We had a little bit of that conversation, and I started bringing it up, and he said, yeah, no, I know. I can always refinance. It's not a big deal. I'll wait till next year. I'll refinance, but I want to have this house now. I want to gain in some of this appreciation that you guys have seen here.
Yeah. And that's what I did. I mean, I refinanced at 2.25,
Wow.
but when I bought at 5% in 2019, I mean, I had never even envisioned rates dropping to 2.25, you know, ever. And so whenever that happened, I was like, okay, I'll do that. You know, I'll jump on that rate. Right. So, but still, even at 5%, historically, that is still pretty low. So Travis, I know you're working with several clients right now as well. What's their main reason? And we're going to get to your comments. Don't worry. I see them starting to stack up now. So we will definitely get there. So keep throwing in your questions right now, comment. And if you haven't yet, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. It looks just like this. Just all you have to do is click on that little thumbs up button, because we definitely love some thumbs up. So Travis, I know you're probably working a deal right now, aren't you?
True, but yeah, you know, that's neither here nor there. Yeah, I mean, I want to touch base on one thing, you know, as far as pricing, you know, one thing that I'm hearing from a lot of clients is, oh my God, the market's crashing. That's just not true. I mean, all the experts are saying, like even the National Association of Realtors are saying that in the Dallas market, things could go up 10% year over year. So what you're seeing is, like AJ said, like we don't, like last year, or even like 6 or 7 months ago, 4 months ago, probably the last thing you want to be doing is getting into these massive bidding wars. I mean, we would go up against 40, 50 offers, like no joke, 50 offers where properties were going $150,000 over. Sellers were just listing their property for whatever they wanted, because no matter what they put on paper, it was probably going to sell. I mean, that's just how it was a few short months ago. And like everyone was asking last year and saying, oh my God, I can't wait for it to normalize. I can't wait to stop getting into all of these bidding wars, et cetera, et cetera. And like, that's exactly what you're getting right now. And I think it's very important to understand that you marry your house and you date the rate. Same thing as Levi did, right? He got the house, his rate was higher, right? But still 5% is historically low. Yeah, I mean, it's like the lowest of all time other than the last couple of years. That's historically low. But, you know, that's what you do. You buy your house because your property is going to continue to go up. Like, even if there is a dip, a 10% correction, right? It's going to always bounce back. It always has, and it always will. So if you're looking at things as a 5-year or a 10-year play, then it's still the best time to buy is right now, because today versus 6 months from now, you know, even if the house is $15,000 or $20,000 more, or $25,000 more, why throw away $25,000, right? I mean, the chances of rates getting lower than what they are right now are, I think, very slim, unless they come up with some really good refi rates in the next 18 months. But, you know, that house is going to continue to appreciate, even if there is a correction 2 or 3 years down the road. 5 years, you're going to have paid your mortgage down. The property is going to gone up in value. You're still winning. You may not be winning $200,000 in 1 year, but I mean, I wouldn't wait around for that to ever happen again. You know, you need to get the mindset correct. Is like, hey, this is getting into a normalized market. You know, properties are still going up in value 6-10%, you know, year over year. And that's still good. That's still the safest bet against inflation. I mean, even if you look at the history of inflation, as other than like, I think maybe 2 times in the last 60 years, as inflation went up, the housing prices went up. So for people who think that just because there's some inflation going on now that these houses are going to just completely tank. That may be true in some areas, right? But in the Dallas market, and we were talking about the Dallas market, I want to be very specific there, because what's happening everywhere else doesn't matter. I mean, Texas has always been really safe from stuff like that happening. So in the Dallas market, I think now is always the best time to buy. And then in a couple of years, if like Levi, if in a couple of years, the rates, they have some good refi rates, just refi. And there's other things that you can do to buy a house, right? To get your payments lower or to get your interest rate lower. There's different types of programs like a 10-year ARM where, if you don't plan on living in the house or paying it in 20 or 30 years, that may be a better program for you. And you may be able to get something in the mid to low fours on that type of payment. So that's, you can get creative with the financing. You can get creative with concessions to buy your rates down. Like, that's definitely things that you need to work with an expert, because like, if you don't work with someone who can get creative with your finances, our fiduciary duty is to protect you, to help you make money, right? To help protect your money, to help protect your family. So like, that's what we're here to do. And you need it, especially now with the market the way that it is. Like, it would be so easy for you to leave tens of thousands of dollars on the table and never even know it. Like that's the worst part about it, is like, I see deals, I look at deals all the time, and there's like, I mean, there are people that I talk to that's very clear and obvious that they do not have the education. Other real estate agents do not have the education, because when I talk to them, like listing agents, about concessions and buying rate, they don't even know what's going on with that stuff sometimes, so it's very important to work with someone who can make sure that you don't just leave tens of thousands of dollars on the table just like that. Because if you use, $7,000 in concessions to help buy your rate down, if you buy a rate down half a point on $500,000, that may save you $50,000 in interest over the course of your 30-year mortgage. So that's a very big deal. Why would you take $7,000 and fix some windows when you could take $7,000 and buy your rate down and save $50,000 instead of, just $7,000, right? So there's ways to get creative. So, the market, I believe is going to continue to go up. And it also depends on your city. Like, when it comes to all these price reductions, this is also the one I wanted to touch on, is there's a lot of price reductions going on. I saw a house last night that was reduced in price $125,000. Well, that would look like, if you're just seeing that and you don't know the comps and you're not truly looking at the value, you're like, oh my God, like things are crashing. Well, I took the address and the house was still $25,000 overpriced at the 125 reduction. So the house didn't lose $125,000 in value. It was just completely priced incorrectly. That's not what the house is worth. And now we're getting into a market where these listing agents have to finally learn how to price this house competitively, because there's more inventory in the marketplace, which is great for buyers. And it's still a huge win for the sellers, but because you're getting what the value is, right? So that, I think it's very important to look at the comps and to understand that, yeah, these houses that are having these big price reductions are simply just overpriced, 9 times out of 10, and then of course the other ones that are priced right, like I have a listing right now that's priced, I'd say 10 or 15,000 under, but we're having a really hard time selling it because of its location. It doesn't have a garage and it has a small living room, right? So that's more of a niche buyer that's automatically going to weed out a bunch of people. So like, that's a different story, right? Like, that house is priced correctly, but it's a very niche neighborhood, and it's a very particular house for someone to want to buy, right? This isn't Frisco with a 3-car garage and a pool and it's facing north, and like everybody wants that exact house. It's a lot different. So looking and understanding the numbers will help you make an educated decision, I think.
Yeah, I think that those are a couple of really important points there, is that yeah, looking on Zillow online, which is where a lot of people go to, and they're going to see a lot of price reductions, but doesn't necessarily indicate a market crash here in Dallas. It means that homes are getting priced correctly, and still, even at that point, could be still priced incorrectly. The other thing is going back to what AJ said, you have to ask yourself the ultimate question: is it the right time for you to make the move in the first place? And if you're looking at it from a single family home, or this is going to be your primary home, really, anytime you do that to buy a home, you should be in a mindset of you're probably going to stay there 3 to 5 years. They say now on average people move typically within 3 to 5 years. And that's the average, which before that, 20 years ago, that was completely different. But still, 3 to 5 years, you think about it right now, as of right now, there, and I say as of right now, because who knows, it could change. There's of course, capital gains exemptions once you hold your home longer than 2 years. But ideally, the market overall has always, is appreciated over time. Sure. Is there ups and downs? Absolutely. But again, what we mentioned earlier, you make your money when you buy. You find the right deal in the right neighborhood, in the right area, and look at that. And if you plan to stick around for 3 to 5 years, then there's probably not a safer bet than buying a primary home. Now, could your aunt and uncle pass away next year and you have to move out of there and sell it? Yeah, sure, that could be a scenario. And could the market be down in a year from now? Yeah, probably so. But
could rent it out too.
That's the thing. It comes down to what I've learned in my years of buying and selling homes is that no matter how hard I tried, I was terrible at timing the market. But what I had to do was find the right deal. And whenever I found the right deal, it didn't matter. Now, could I have waited 2 months and maybe made an extra $3,000 or $5,000? Well, yeah, I sold several properties in 2019, and I thought that was a great time to sell. Now, if I would have did I know a global pandemic was going to happen the next year, and then everybody was going to want to move, and should I have just held on an extra year or two? No, that would have never saw that coming, But because I bought the homes correctly in the first place, I still, I made money selling off those homes. Even like whenever I bought my home here, 5% at the time, one of the lowest rates we had seen in quite some time. And I thought, you know what, I got to pull the trigger, just got to make that move. Now, just like with AJ, I have 150,000 in equity easily. And that's maybe I could have sold it for 200,000, because Travis and I talked about this, about a year ago. He's like, dude, you got to sell your house. I could have made 200,000 maybe instead of 150 now. But for me, it wasn't even worth it to do that, because I was like, okay, you know what? I could go rent or something. But if I'm going to rent something, it's going to be at a minimum, probably $2,500 a month. Cause it's going to be nice. That's what it's going to come down to. So I multiply that over 2 years, and I'm thinking, okay, well, that's $60,000, $70,000 right there just in rent. And then you talk about moving and changing and everything else. And, and then I thought, but it doesn't matter. If I rented for a year or two, home prices are going to be increased at that time. So then I'm buying it in at a different price. So to me, it wasn't the best strategy for me at that time. And so I decided to hold on. Plus, I really like my house. So, I'm good. I'm good.
Very
yeah.
Very clean.
So Travis brought up a great point about how everyone was offering 150,000 over, and we're writing offers in the car. You know what I mean? We're like, we're showing the house, then we're getting in the car, like don't even have the car running yet. We're sweating. We're writing offers. We're trying to get these things. We're giving away our firstborn kid just to get you a house. And it was hard because people were making decisions that they might not really want to make 100%, right? They're making decisions quickly because they're scrambling. So it's so nice now and it's so important now to have a real estate agent more than ever, because we actually get to negotiate. We get to use our skills, what we've been trained to do, what we talk about and train about every day. We get to do that now, right? We get to implement that for people and get them concessions on houses like Travis mentioned, and get them a deal on the house or some sort of money back, or buy out their lease. People think they need to work out the lease. I was dealing with a client today. She says, I want to buy a house next May. I said, why next May? She said, well, that's when my lease is up. I said, well, how about we just buy out your lease? How about we get the sellers to pay your lease off? She's like, you can do that?
Yeah.
I said, yeah. One of the articles in our closing costs of our promulgated forms, right? We can pay off your lease. So there's a lot of options now that we're getting to implement that we couldn't the last year. So just another good reason why it's a great time.
We have that option with our it's top secret, but we have other ways to also buy you out of your lease as well. So but you should hold on, right there, right?
There you go.
Call or text that number if you're in a lease right now and you are feeling like this is a good time to buy for you. And again, ultimately what it comes down to is we got to find you one house, and we will not let you overpay for that house. And it comes down to taking a look at that. And we've had clients, we've advised them to not go after a house because of it's either overpriced, that's overvalued based on other factors in there. So we always look at that deal. So
and also, man, not to cut you off, but I can't tell you how many clients that we have got deals good, even in that competitive market, that came in with $25,000 worth of equity because that's what their house appraised for, right? So I mean, it's it works both ways as long as you're working with someone who knows what they're doing. Like, not only are our clients like getting good deals, I mean, they're getting equity like in their property right off the jump. So that's something that we want to look at, because what I tell a lot of our clients is that, like, we, as our company, we sell a lot of real estate. Not a single agent on this team is so desperate for money that we're willing to risk, our reputation and put you into a bad situation that's going to harm you and your family. The average agent sells 7 homes a year. You know what I mean? And like they may just be at a point in their life where they're really just needing that commission, and they'll do whatever it takes. No one on our team is like that or needs to be like that. So we're able to take our time and really work on our client's time frame, making sure that we find the right deal and making sure that we don't make any mistakes along the way.
Absolutely. Let's go check out some comments real quick and see. Here's the question for AJ and Travis. Which do you enjoy selling more, an older home with character or a brand new house?
That's easy for me.
Yeah, go ahead.
Brand new. I love the brand, and it's funny because I want to hear Levi's take on this because I already know what he's going to say. But I love the brand new homes. Okay, it's just my personal preference. I like the new, big, natural light. I like all that. I don't know. I really like that. And for me, I feel like with the brand new house, it's going to be less to worry about. You know what I mean? Like, that's just how I feel. I mean, we sell a lot of homes that are older, and those homes don't have any problems either. Just for me, my taste, that I prefer brand new if I had to pick one. But I do enjoy old homes with character as well.
Yeah, I love visiting, eating, hanging out, watching going to McCauley and looking at all those, beautiful craftsman houses from 100 years ago. Don't necessarily want to buy one. I love to look at them and drive by, man, but that is a lot of maintenance. So I'd have to go with you too, Travis. I think that the new homes are just so shiny. They're so pretty. They got all the bells and whistles, the smart homes, and you don't have to worry about it for 20 years, So I think I'd buy a new home, but I sure do love a good craftsman.
Yeah, that's well said.
Chrissy?
Yeah, I'd have to say, well, you know what? I don't know. I think that I like the old homes because I kind of like to I like to make things new. And so I like a good project. So I think I like the ones with character.
All right.
You better buy a new home. You're too busy for projects right now.
Yeah, well, hey, that's why
you're not allowed to buy one of those older projects.
That's a great point. No projects.
Hey, you know what? We're redoing our bathroom, and I hired someone to do that. So, I like to see the end product, but I like to have the vision for it. So I can put the plan in place. Someone else can do it.
I could totally see that for you.
Yep. Well, I'm a sucker for old homes, but I don't know. After when you hang out at Song Ranch, it's just kind of like I don't know. I'm moving more and more.
Hey, we could build a new one that looks old.
I tell you what. Here's the deal. You guys know, and if you actually check out, we're gonna have a Denton vlog video coming out within the next week or two. So I'm gonna break it here, just a little teaser. Upgraded the vehicle. This is the first time, actually, guys, in my life, if you'd be surprised, that I got a brand new 2022 model. I've always bought used cars. It's just one of those things where I saw it as a depreciating asset. Didn't really, I didn't buy an old junker, but I was just like, what? I buy a car 2 or 4 years old max. And I was like always kind of good with that. I don't know. I'm in this 2022 now, and man, I tell you,
You're loving it.
I love it, man. I love again, my phone connects automatically. It's on the screen, and I'm like, I can start it from inside the house and cool it off before we get out there in the Texas heat. I mean, and I tell you what, something about new is I'm definitely leaning towards. I'm leaning towards that a lot more now these days. So. Plus, you look at a community like Windsong Ranch. Yeah, I could live.
It's hard to beat Windsong Ranch.
Yep. So, all right, Mr. 619. He says, biggest regret moving to Houston. Absolutely, I agree with you 100%. Definitely. Let's see. You can always move back. Oh, we commented. Did we? No.
Yeah,
I
said that. You can always move back to Dallas.
There you go.
I was like, wait, that's us. Did I do that? No. Chrissy's over there working in the back.
You don't have to live in the armpit of Texas.
Yeah. That's what it's like. It's just like there's Houston, right there. That's the Gulf. Yep. I'm trying to. You get the idea. My next move is the DFW. Absolutely, that's right. That's what we mean. Yeah. Oh yeah, Addison. Yeah, I think he misunderstood exactly. So, here's a question. Cleburne. Oh, AJ, you like to venture down to Cleburne and Glen Rose in that area, huh? Don't you? Aren't you a farmer? Don't you have some farmland out there?
Yeah, I know something about Glen Rose.
Yeah. What about Cleburne when you pass through there? I used to drive there, so people also know I'm from Stephenville, which from Dallas you take 67 and you run right through Cleburne and Glen Rose, and then you get to Stephenville eventually. Yeah. And so I used to drive through all the time, and I'll tell you, is Cleburne nice? Not that I know of. No, I'm just kidding. If you're watching from Cleburne, hey, I think you know what when you think the cool thing about Glen Rose in that area out there, you hit kind of like the outer edge. You start to hit a little of the outer edge of hill country, and so you do get some elevation and some hills out there. I've always enjoyed that drive. That's which is why I'd always drive to 67. There's actually a faster route if you go, believe it or not, you go all the way west through Weatherford and past Weatherford, and then you hit Mineral Wells, not Mineral Wells, but you go south at the Mineral Wells exit, and you can get to Stephenville a lot quicker. But I'd always take 67 because it's just a lot more scenic. And you get through, when you start driving through Glen Rose, it's very curvy because you have to get through all of the hilly areas.
Yeah, it does. Glen Rose definitely does feel like hill country. I got some land out there, and it's on a hilltop with 270-degree views, and it's something that if I took a picture from the top and showed you, you would think you weren't in Texas. You might think you're in the hill country, down towards San Antonio or something, or Austin, down in that hill country, but it's not too far away. Cleburne itself, I don't know, pass right through it. But get down into Glen Rose. I mean, there's some real cool stuff down in Glen Rose, and everybody I talk to that's coming to look at the land, they love living in Glen Rose. I mean, it's developing very quickly. They got the safari park down there, right? They got the fossil rim, they got all that stuff. So it's a pretty cool weekend for the kids, and it's a nice place to live. They have and believe it or not, they got a great school district. Glen Rose is actually a really good school district. So it's actually sought after by a lot of people that work in Fort Worth. Well, it's not too far.
Cleburne, I mean, you start hitting those country towns. If you're into high school football, then that's why those schools are. I mean, those football programs bring in additional money, and you look at Stephenville. There's a college in Stephenville. The college. We played at the college stadium. The college they got I want to say 4% attendance on average to their college games. And Stephenville, we would pack out the whole stadium. They'd have to bring in seats on the end zones, all kinds of stuff. I mean, it is literally high school Friday.
Is there anything else to do in Stephenville?
Nope. That's it. You go to the football game on Friday. You go to the
house.
They got some bulls to ride too.
Yeah, they do got rodeo there. I mean, it is the they call it the cowboy capital because more rodeo champions have come out of Stephenville.
Like every time I go to the Fort Worth stockyards and go to the go down there to the rodeo, which by the way is a super, super fun night to go to the rodeo. Friday or Saturday night, catch the rodeo at the Fort Worth Stockyards. Awesome event. But every time they go, and they're from Stevensville. Like every other person is from Stevensville. So
you and Travis went on a date to the rodeo, didn't you?
We did. Just us two had a romantic dinner. Yep, it was nice.
It was amazing.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I would love to see y'all I would love to see y'all do the bull poker. You know.
Oh yeah, you sit
I'm
there
not doing
and
that, bro. I'm trying to stay alive.
Just get pummeled.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to stay alive.
Zero skill involved.
Yeah, and I don't have the best of luck, so that's not my game. That's not going to be my game right there.
Let's see, Ma Chris, why people all want to live in Windsong Ranch?
Well,
I can go ahead. You go ahead.
No, you get it, Travis.
I mean, I don't live there yet. It's definitely very, very, very because we're moving in about 7 or 8 months, and man, I'll tell you what, the vibe there is just like so cool. You know what I mean? Like I've taken my kids, me and AJ, we hang out all the time. Like I love the fact that you can golf cart everywhere. And then I love the pool. The pool is just amazing. But like the people there are amazing. Like I feel like everyone there, if you're looking for like really family oriented, like everyone there is like so cool with each other. Their doors are open for one another. They always hang out. Like the mayor, was it Christmas or that the mayor went out there and y'all shot off like fireworks and like the whole community was there. Like, I mean, that stuff to me is like super, super cool, especially for families. Like not that you can't live out there if you don't have a family. It's just like, that's like, I have 2 little girls, you know, and like, I feel like that's the environment. Like all the little girls are playing in the street, hanging out. You can literally walk to school. Like, I don't know. I just love the vibe.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, you sum it up in one word, community.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, that's something that I lacked in LA, something that a lot of people lack, and a lot of different cities and states from all around the country, is not feeling like they belong to a community. And as soon as I got out here, within 2 weeks, I had more friends than I've ever had in my entire life. I mean, you know, they're not just my wife's friends now, right? Like they're actually my friends.
Yeah.
You know, the first time I actually know. But really, I mean, it's just community. And the client I was working with today, they said, look, our daughter has 2 more years in high school, and then we're empty nesters. And I said, but that's okay. Listen, this person's an empty nester. That person's an empty nester, because once their kids leave, they don't want to move, right? It's all about the vibe here. I mean, I drive my golf cart to, you know, you get a free sandwich when you drive your golf cart through Chick-fil-A.
Oh,
I mean, that's worth it right there. If you ask me.
That's worth it right there.
Pack it up and head to Windsong. You don't need anything else.
But yeah, we go to, I mean, Kroger, Home Depot. We go everywhere in our golf cart, and it's just a community. You know, everybody waves to each other. Everybody knows everybody. But if you try to catch you know, some moments by yourself, empty nester type of feel, like, hey, we just want to have our little vibe, you can do that too. You know, you don't have to have a super involvement in the community. You know, it's really the best. It's really the best of everything. I will add one more thing, is the events. So our HOA puts on, we just had this thing called Havana Nights, where we had a 10-person salsa band at the lagoon. They cleared out everything from the lagoon. There was about 75 people there just dancing. They had a hand-rolled cigar station and a bar. And so it's just the whole community coming together. Then you see those people in the schools, you see them at the store. So once again, community.
Well, and from what I've seen of Windsong too, I mean, you guys have such a variety of home types too. I mean, it kind of caters to all life stages just because they have different types of living environments.
Yeah, I mean, listen, right now there's a house on the market here for, I think, $695. And there's another house on the market for $1.75. So you got it all. The traditional brick homes to the brand new modern, you know, half-acre estates. So it's like, you're right, Chrissy. It's across the board. There's something for everybody up here.
That is a good point to clarify. I would like to say, if I do, or when I go new construction here, because I guess I'll be moving to Windsong Ranch as well, and it's going to have to be it's going to have to be that modern transitional. I still like that, or that modern traditional transitional. I still like the traditional look, but I do like the black rectangle windows and the nice white or light
This house right here is sick. It's 1.65. It's like exactly how you're describing it. It's like white with black window. Like it's cool. Looks really good.
I could definitely dig that. So I'm down with that. I'm not a big fan of the modern boxes, unless I lived in the hills of California or something. Then I'm totally down with that. Or a mid-century modern. Actually, a mid-century modern would be even more at my alley if I was in California. But well,
it's interesting. They tried that here. There's one street that has these very modern homes on it, and it's the only street, right? They tried it, and it just didn't fit in. It just wasn't the vibe. So they got away from doing that. But they are doing that now. They're doing a lot of painted brick, right? Yeah. Which kind of like you're talking about, brings you into that kind of modern look with the black trim and the white brick, getting away from that, just red brick homes.
So Nathy, is that how you say it? Nathy just moved to Allen 3 months ago, renting. Old houses aren't for us. Likely of finding new developments in Allen or nearby under 600K.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
Definitely. Give us a call. Shoot us a text. All right.
We have some really good relationships with those new builders over there too. If you're wanting to go brand new for a new community, but yeah, we have some great relationships over there. So for sure.
Let's see. Hello, Godness. So I'm about to say goodness. Dallas, Texas living. That person looks a little familiar. Love my old house with all its character. Looks a lot like Alyssa, I think that would be Alyssa. Alyssa's on our team. We have to get our team members on here just to boost up the views, just because we know that nobody's going to watch this anyway. But what's up, Alyssa? Alyssa is also one of the top agents on the team and just absolutely amazing. So David, David Irvin, by the way, Mr. No Photo David, and I know who you are, and I know where you live, and I know where you work. Would you consider yourself frugal or just cheap? David, we know who the cheap one is.
Oh.
Don't mess with Levi, man. He'll get you.
That's right. David is one of our agents as well. Not near one of the top agents, but he's okay.
Hope you're
top and bottom.
Hope you're watching.
He's actually on the edge, about this close to getting fired. But other than that, he's
totally cool. Other than that, yeah.
Did I say? Are we still live? Oh. AJ, you're gonna have that conversation with him tomorrow. Right?
Yeah, I'm gonna hear about that.
Yeah, you definitely got moderated and regulated. Houston is in place to be. Okay.
Maybe Houston is the place to be. He's saying Houston isn't the place to be. There it is.
Yeah, Houston isn't the place to be. Yes.
The place.
Yes, Karatala.
We agree.
I see you. I know you're trying to hack our viewers for Houston. It's not going to work. They're on to you. All right, they're moving to Dallas. So, but we appreciate the comment anyways. Let's see. Now's a good time to sell my property or just hold. Thanks. Where are you located, Ma Chris? Could you tell us where you're at? Tell us where you're at. Then we'll evaluate from there. Let's see. Sorry, just logged in. How's Dallas market? What's percentage down compared to what is percent is it down compared to last year? Well, the median price actually is up.
Yeah, so it's not down at all.
Compared to last year, it's up 18%. The numbers just came out for July, still up 18%.
That's why it's very important to work with real estate agents who are experts in the industry to understand that the market isn't gone or hasn't gone down. It's just the price reduction from people incorrectly pricing their homes. So perfect question to bring that.
That's it. Travis nailed it a couple of times. Just because you see price decrease does not mean that house value is less.
Yeah. It's
just priced appropriately.
Can y'all do an Austin versus DFW video? Yeah, I'm sure we can talk smack about Austin. Actually,
do not get me on that one though.
Next week.
Yeah.
Next Tuesday, we're going to have our guest expert on from Austin. So last week was Atlanta. The week before that was Houston. And next week will be Austin. So We will do that. So Milton says he likes those mid-century moderns as well. And living in North Texas, modern farmhouses are the best. I feel like I know this person too. Do you think I feel like I know this person as well? We really did pay our team to jump on here, didn't we? Did we?
Wait, we did?
I
guess it wasn't over 5,000 a day, so he doesn't have to run it by me.
So extended team here. What's up? Living in Dallas, Texas team. What's up, Joshua? What's going down? Oh, she threw out a zip code 75035.
Is that Dallas or is that Frisco?
That's Frisco, yeah.
Frisco?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, cool.
Yeah, give us a call.
Yeah, I mean, I would, if you're gonna sell, I mean, I'd probably give it like a couple of weeks. I mean, I feel like right now, like if you were like really asking to sell like right now, this very moment, I'd probably give it a couple of weeks because everyone's going back to school right now. This is kind of like historically a slower month, so I would say list probably sometime in September. But definitely to Levi's point, give us a call. We'll come out there, we'll film it, we'll put it on the channel. We have millions of views a year, so there's definitely not a better team to sell your house for top dollar. That's for sure.
And Vince, I didn't even know Vince had a YouTube.
I didn't know Vince had a YouTube channel either. My man.
Hey.
I'm telling you, we do got.
Oh yeah, actually, he did tell me the other day he had a channel because we're gonna launch Living in Arlington.
Oh, Vince is one of our team members. We literally did pay our whole team to get on here, right? Just that's 50 or that's 49 of the 51 views we have, right? Is our team member. And look, and hey, a big shout out to the Dallas mortgage man, Brian McCauley from the McCauley team at Fairway Mortgage. We love Brian and his team, Jason and Nate, the whole crew, Mary, Kaylee. I mean, all of them. They're awesome. They take really good care of us. So we work with the absolute best mortgage team in the business, and that's Mr. Dallas Mortgage Man right there. And I think we're going to cap it off with this question right here. Hello, we are considering moving to Texas, preferably the Dallas area. Do 100% rated veterans pay property taxes there? That is a big fat 0. We love our veterans.
Right.
God bless Texas. That's what we like to say.
Amen. Sure. Amen.
That's what we like to say. So yes, veterans, you pay, if you're 100% disabled, yes, you can. And if you're up to, I think it's over 50. So anywhere from 50 to 90%, they have a graded scale. So you can get percentages off, or not percentages, but amounts. So I think it's 12 and 24,000, and then it just goes to 100%. So if you're 100% disabled, yes, you can pay 0 property taxes in the state of Texas. Which is absolutely amazing. So I would, yes, move here, retire here. If you're a veteran, and I tell you what, if that's the case, you definitely should buy now because you don't have to worry about your taxes increasing. Property values are going to increase. I mean, that if you're paying property taxes in another state, stop it. Don't do that anymore. Don't. So, all right. Oh, well, we got one more coming in. Sam says, hey, Jay, thanks for your video on Windsong Ranch. I bought my next property. Oh, Sam.
Well, Sam, did you call?
Yeah, we know
Sam. Did you call Sam?
He didn't call AJ, though. No.
They still got taken care of. It's great.
All right, good. Well, so that wraps it up there on the questions this evening. Any final last words, Mr. AJ, you got?
I want to say, look, it was great being on tonight, but the topic is it a good time to buy? I think we did a great job covering about, and for me, I just go back to the question I ask everybody is, why are you moving, right? I think that's really what it comes down to is it, if it's any of those reasons that we mentioned before about your family, about your life, now is a great time. You're always going to have appreciation in the long run. If you're moving and to live here for the next 3 to 5 years, now's a great time to buy.
Yep. Travis, any? All right. Good. Chrissy?
I'm good. Yeah. I appreciate everyone who was watching, today. I had a good time. Thanks for joining us, AJ and Chrissy, Levi, and everyone watching. I mean, this is a great episode. I loved it. It was a lot of fun.
Yep. And Chrissy, any final last words?
Always a party.
Always.
Everybody's excited about Windsong Ranch.
Yep. And next week we'll be right back here with our Austin resident expert, and then each week after this, we will be featuring members of our team on here as well, like AJ and Marina. I believe is in 2 weeks. Marina has already committed to that. So one of our great agents as well. She's super cool. A lot of fun to hang out with. So looking forward to that. But other than that, we'll have another video coming out on Thursday, either a vlog or a map tour. We're doing vlog. Is that Denton coming out on Thursday? Yes.
Hey, Chrissy, real quick, will you put our information in there? Angela says he's looking to sell his house and move to northern Dallas. Yeah. Hey, Angela, shoot us a text. We'll get you connected, get you taken care of for sure.
Here you go. Right there. 214-225-6557. Give us a call. Shoot us a text. Happy to make a smooth move to Dallas.
We actually had a comment about that right there too. It says, you had me at smooth move. We'll be buying a call soon. Cheers for the vids. Thanks, Swanee.
There you go. And you. All right. Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you, AJ, Travis, Chrissy. Always a good time. Even though I know we don't get to hang out that much, but hey,
not at all.
Do a little extra. I mean, all right. Anyways, we'll leave it at that. See you guys next week, and check out some of the other videos on the channel. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you're not a subscriber. All these little red buttons over here means these are subscribers to the channel. So that's pretty awesome to see so many of our subscribers joining us this evening. Actually, I don't think I see a single one that's not subscribed. So good job. Good job. All right. Now tell your friends and family too, right? Get them on here. That's pretty awesome. All right. Thank you guys. Have a great night. See you.
Bye.
Bye.